Hi guys. So this lecture is going to be about chapters 2.3 and 2.4 of the book. The Zybook. Remember to access your Zybook through Blackboard. Okay, otherwise you're going to have problems that won't work. Now, here is 2.3. Okay. Now, so the idea is there are various things, basically variables, that they're going to call here objects. Okay. Now, there's a lot of different objects, but the ones we're going to talk about hold numbers and or strings or words, basically. Okay? Now, so some of the objects are constant objects, like 7, and some are not so constant. So here, like X. So here is, right, 4 is a constant object, and 7 is not so constant. So when we print 2 plus 2, it makes a 4. See there, it outputs the 4. It's stuck in memory, but doesn't keep it around, right? Now, some objects get kept around. So when we say x equals 7, that means we keep the 7 around. And it stays in memory, even after we use it. So we can print it, do other things with x, like add numbers to it, or anything we like. Now, okay, things that we're not using anymore, like when we calculated 2 plus 2, get thrown away. It's called garbage collection because it's now garbage. Things that we want to keep around, we bind, we give it a name, right? So sort of like a pet, right? As long as you keep calling, so you take an animal home from the shelter, and as long as you keep calling it cat, it will, you haven't really committed to it, right? You can just return it, throw it away, right? But when you start calling it Catherine, particularly if it's a dog, right? Once you start calling it Catherine, you can really return it. You can't really return it because you've given it a name. And now when you call Catherine, it will come. Okay, so that's what's going on here. So, like, we have Bob's salary. We're giving that $25,000 a name. And from there on, we're going to keep it until we change it. Okay? So let's see what's going on here. So these are names. So all of these names are variables that we keep around. So here we're going to start with Bob's salary gets $2,500. It's got a name and a value. We've got a new name and a new value. Tom's salary, $3,000. Now Bob's going to do better. He's going to match Tom's salary, and the $25,000 is going to go away. Okay, we're not using that anymore. As soon as we assign a new guy, that number disappears. Now, we create a new guy. Tom's salary, Tom's going to do a little better, $36,000. Bob retains his old value. And now we're going to create yet another name, total salaries. See, each time on the left, whenever we mention a variable on the left side of an assignment, it's either changing or giving it a value or creating that object for the first time. This time we're creating a new object, total salaries. Now, so far we've just been putting numbers in things, but there are 3 properties every object has. A value, a type of thing that it holds, and an identity, the name. Okay, so up here, when we talked about total salaries, okay, here's total salaries. The name, okay, the identity is total salaries. The value is 66,000. And the type is integer. So, when we print something, we print its value. Now, for constants, for numbers, the type, the name, right, that is the identifier, identity, is the same thing as the value. So 5 has an identity of the number 5, and its value is 5. X, on the other hand, X, the name is X, but its value is 4. Okay, now, the book is going to tell us about mutability. Okay, we're not allowed to change the value of 5. It will always have the same value, which is the number 5. There were some languages where we could change the value of 5, but that almost always caused utter chaos. On the other hand, we can change the value of X. So X is mutable, 5 is not. Okay, so this one, 2 plus 2, when X gets 4, its type is int, integer, short for integer. Makes it easier to type. But when we have something in quotes, its type is going to be str, string. Now, I'm not going to even get into the identity stuff, because that's sort of not too useful. So, anyway, if we run this, we're going to see birthday year. Okay, the printout is here. Okay, its value, because of this line here, the value of birthday line is 1986. Its type is integer, class int. And its internal reference number is that thing. Don't worry about that. Okay? On the other hand, we do birthday month. Oops, what happened with that? Just lost that. Its value is April. And its type is class string. And it has that identifier. And then the day is also an int. And so, that takes us through. Actually, I think I'll just stop at 2, 3, and 3, and I'll do another tape for 2.4. So, see you in the next tape.